You need to hear this. There's a story often told about America's place in the world. A story of exceptionalism, of manifest destiny, or perhaps just dumb luck. If you believe the US is just lucky, or that its dominance was a historical accident, you're not alone. It's a simple narrative, easy to digest, but it's also incomplete. The truth is a complex tapestry, woven from threads of geography, history, and deliberate human design. It's not a single event, but a convergence of factors, built layer upon layer, over centuries. To truly understand why America remains the world's sole superpower, we can't just look at the present. We have to go back. We have to examine the bedrock on which its power was built. It begins with the land itself. Before any constitution was written or any factory built, there was geography. The United States was blessed with a continental-scale territory, buffered by two vast oceans. This isolation provided a security buffer that no European or Asian power has ever truly enjoyed, allowing it to develop with minimal threat of foreign invasion for most of its history. But the real magic isn't just the isolation, it's the access. America has more miles of coastline with warm water ports than any other nation, granting it unparalleled access to the world's two most important trading oceans, the Atlantic and the Pacific. And then there's the interior. The American heartland is dominated by the Mississippi River Basin, the largest contiguous network of navigable rivers on the planet. Before the age of rail or highways, this system was a superhighway for commerce. It allowed goods and resources from deep within the continent to be moved to coastal ports for a fraction of the cost and effort required anywhere else. This single geographic feature gave the US an internal logistics advantage that was, and in many ways still is, the envy of the world. On top of this logistical gift, the land was packed with resources. From the vast fertile plains of the Midwest, capable of feeding its own population and much of the world, to immense deposits of coal, iron ore, oil, and natural gas. This was the raw fuel for an industrial revolution. Geography gave the United States a winning hand before the game had even begun. But a great hand is useless if you don't know how to play it. This is where institutions come in. Natural resources are a potential, not a guarantee of wealth. History is littered with resource-rich nations that remain poor. What made the American context different was the framework built to exploit that potential. At the core of this framework were strong, stable property rights and the rule of law. The U.S. Constitution and its legal system created a predictable environment where individuals and companies could be confident that their investments, their land, their factories, their ideas would be protected. You could own something, and the state would defend your ownership. This seems simple, but it's the bedrock of capitalism. It incentivizes long-term investment and risk-taking because people trust that the fruits of their labor won't be arbitrarily seized. Building on this legal stability, America developed the deepest, most liquid, and most sophisticated financial markets in the world. From the very beginning, with Alexander Hamilton's financial system, the U.S. prioritized broad access to capital. This meant that a good idea, whether for a farm, a railroad, or a tech startup, had a chance of getting funded. Banks, stock markets, and venture capital created a system that could efficiently channel the nation's savings into productive enterprises. This financial plumbing turned resources into industry and ideas into empires. It allowed capital to flow to where it was most needed, fueling a cycle of growth and reinvestment that continues to this day. But resources and capital are inert without people. The third pillar of American power is its unique innovation engine, and it runs on human talent. For most of its history, the U.S. has been a magnet for the world's ambitious and talented. Mass immigration provided the labor for its farms and factories, but it also brought a constant influx of new ideas, skills, and a powerful drive to succeed. This demographic dynamism, a constant replenishment of human capital, has been a profound source of economic and cultural vitality. This influx of talent was plugged into a culture that celebrates risk-taking and entrepreneurship. The startup is not a new phenomenon. It's deeply embedded in the American psyche. The willingness to fail, learn, and try again is a cultural asset that is difficult to replicate. It fosters an environment where disruptive ideas can challenge established players, leading to constant economic renewal. This ecosystem is supercharged by a powerful trifecta: world-class research universities, massive government investment in R&D, and a vibrant private sector ready to commercialize new discoveries. American universities act as idea factories. Then, government agencies like DARPA and the National Institutes of Health provide crucial, high-risk, early-stage funding for basic research. The kind of science that may not have an immediate commercial application, but leads to breakthrough technologies decades later. The internet, GPS, and mRNA vaccines all have their roots in this model. Finally, the private sector, fueled by venture capital, swoops in to turn these scientific breakthroughs into world-changing products and companies. This public-private partnership creates a relentless cycle of innovation that has consistently placed the U.S. at the technological frontier. Economic, geographic, and institutional advantages create wealth. But to project power globally, you need one more thing: military strength. The United States maintains the most powerful military in human history, not just in terms of raw firepower, but in its ability to project that power anywhere on the planet. Its Navy controls the world's sea lanes, effectively underwriting the security of global trade from which every country, including its rivals, benefits. This military dominance isn't just for fighting wars. It provides a security umbrella for its allies and a powerful tool of diplomatic leverage. It ensures the stability of the global system that America itself designed and from which it benefits most. And this brings us to perhaps the most potent, yet least understood tool of American power: the US dollar. Since the Bretton Woods Agreement after World War II, the dollar has been the world's primary reserve currency. This means central banks around the world hold dollars as their main foreign exchange reserve. Global commodities, like oil, are priced in dollars. This creates a constant structural demand for U.S. currency and, more importantly, for U.S. government debt. It allows the United States to borrow more cheaply than any other country, funding its government and deficits on favorable terms. It also gives it immense geopolitical leverage through financial sanctions, effectively allowing it to cut rogue actors off from the global financial system. This exorbitant privilege is a superpower in itself. So, can anyone catch up? We see other nations that have pieces of the puzzle. China has immense scale and a rapidly growing economy. It is investing heavily in technology and its military. However, it lacks the geographic security, the open capital markets, and the global network of alliances that the U.S. enjoys. Its political system, while effective at mobilizing resources, can also stifle the kind of bottom-up, chaotic innovation that thrives in America. The European Union has a combined economy of similar size, strong institutions, and a high quality of life. But it remains a collection of nation-states, often struggling with political unity, and it lacks a single, integrated military and fiscal policy. Other rising powers like India have incredible demographic potential, but are still decades behind in infrastructure and institutional development. The challenge for any competitor is that you can't just replicate one of these advantages. You need all of them, working in concert. You need geographic security, vast resources, stable legal and financial institutions, a culture of innovation fueled by immigration, and the military and financial power to shape the global environment. It's the combination, the complete system, that creates such a formidable and enduring advantage. So the real answer to why no one can catch America yet isn't magic or luck. It's the compounding effect of these deep structural layers. It's a foundation of geography, reinforced by institutions, powered by innovation, and protected by military and financial might. It's a system built over 250 years of policy, people, and persistent investment. This doesn't mean American dominance is permanent. History shows that no power lasts forever. Internal challenges and external rivals will continue to test this system. But overcoming America's lead means building a more robust system, not just matching one part of it. And that is a monumental task. That's how power becomes durable.